And welcome to the first episode of the Dogs Podcast. Let's kick this thing off.
The Cleveland Browns select Baker Mayfield.
Touchdown! Shabalala Hub!
This had to be something about the personality or the attitude or the locker room fit, because it was not about the talent level for Odell Beckham.
I don't think Odell Beckham Jr. looks bad in all of this at all. I think this is an indictment against Freddie Kitchens, which is why he will be gone.
And when I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
Hey, I'm your host, Blake Rennicker. I want to thank everybody who's listening to this first episode of the Dogs Podcast. Joining me, I got Justin Charles.
Hey, I'm Justin, lifelong Cleveland fan. You know, shed a lot of tears.
That's rough. Zach Kopp here.
Yeah, lifelong fan. Excited to be able to get together with these guys, talk about the Browns.
And last, I got Josh All over here to my left.
How's everybody doing? Another lifelong Browns fan and still living on that Derek Anderson 10-6 season.
That's what keeps me going every day, man. Once again, thanks for listening in on this. Today, it's a podcast all about the Browns for fans. We're not experts. We're just, unfortunately, Browns fans. Through the highs and the lows, we kind of want to share our thoughts, opinions, passions with you guys. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Today we're going to talk about all the new jerseys around the league. The Browns, along with Rams, Falcons, Chargers, Colts, Bucks, and Patriots, all had new uniforms. Some of them good, some of them not so good. So let's just get this thing going. I think we're going to start with the Rams. What do you guys think?
Personally, I think they're terrible. As far as new logo, I feel like everything, new logo, new uniforms, they took a step back. I know that they had to, start a new era, new city, the last couple of years, get away from the St. Louis deal, but I just not a fan. There are so many other ways they could have gone. They could have went back to, the gold, the blue, from the Super Bowl days, but
All right, so let's start with this logo, though, because I got the logo on the screen for everybody watching the podcast. By the way, if you're not watching the podcast, you can go to YouTube, look us up at our YouTube channel, Dogs or The Dogs, and so we've got the logos up on the screen right now. So we've got the LA logo with the letters, and then we've got the interesting Ram logo.
Right, yeah, some mixed feelings about that one.
Yeah, so I'm with Josh here. The LA, he likes it more than I do, but I don't hate it. I think it's all right. But with this new Rams head, man, I cannot unsee the nose. It does not look like a nose to me.
It's just kind of hanging there, huh?
Yeah, it's just, I don't really like it, and I don't understand how that got past lots of people who get paid way more money than I do to design these kinds of things.
Unless it's a Disney kind of thing.
Yeah, you
sneaking it in there.
Subliminal appendage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I just can't get past that. And I feel like if the Rams don't do well, that's a meme waiting to happen. So I don't really like that. As far as uniforms go, though, I think their blue uniforms, I kind of think they're sweet. I know Justin over here didn't like it. I like the all blue. I'm a sucker for blue. I like the letters. I like the soft transition from the yellow to the white at the bottom. And I also like the bone white. I think it's funny the NFL, they had to get special permission from the NFL because they're a bunch of stooges to be off-white. But I like the bone white.
Yeah, the bone white, I'm not a fan of the bone white. I think that it just looks dirty. I think that when you're going to see all these other teams with white uniforms or whatnot, then you see the Rams with the bone white. I think it's just kind of a dirty with the blue. I think it kind of looks like a 2003, 2004 throwback Rams jersey compared to, what we've recently been seeing, but just my opinion.
like me and Zach were talking also earlier, and we got, Eric Dickerson is just blasting them, calling the uniform soft, saying the helmet looks like two bananas. If you have, arguably your best player that's ever played for your team, NFL Hall of Famer calling you guys out, it's not a good look. It's not a good look at all.
So on the screen here, so if you're looking the blue uniforms, first of all, I love the helmet, and I know I might be alone on that one. And
No, I think I like the helmet.
All right.
I don't.
I
Love
got
the
somebody
new
here.
Ram horns, but
Yeah,
I still
helmet's
like
not-
the helmet.
Yeah, helmet's not bad. Logo, that's where logo and the bone white. Not a fan, but helmet's not bad.
See, when I saw this picture with the blue jerseys, I'm like, okay, I like how the horn on the helmet matches the horn on the side of the sleeve there. I thought that was pretty cool. But then when you go to the bone white or gray or whatever it is, I looked at the sleeve and I'm like, what? So what happened there? Am I right?
Yeah.
It's just like a little
Yes.
yellow swoopy thing on the,
Right,
where's the
yeah.
horn?
Yep, went away from it.
What do you guys think on this? They got this little patch up on the breastplate, Los Angeles Rams. I think that's kind of sweet. I kind of wish my certain hometown team would have adopted something like this. I just think it should say your team name on it. I kind of like that.
I will say this real quick. The patch on the blue, it doesn't bother me. When you see the patch on the bone white or whatever it's called, to me it says, hello, my name is
Right,
Los
yeah.
Angeles Rams.
Yep. Yeah, definitely see that now that you said that.
I think the patch on the bone white also needs to be bone white. I don't like how they got bone white jerseys with a white patch. To me, that's kind of lame.
What about the numbers?
Numbers, I don't mind the numbers. I think it looks kind of college football jersey type to me a little bit. It's a little bit different, especially a lot of teams in the NFL have like the block letters now. Kind of just different in that aspect.
I kind of like how there's no outline. I kind of, there's not, I don't think you always have to have trim on your numbers. So I kind of like that.
I think with this jersey, there's no trim anywhere else, so it wouldn't have made sense to have trim on the numbers. Blake, you like that gradient though, don't you?
Yeah.
He does.
I don't like the pants here on the bone white though. I think that yellow strip would have been a lot better if it was like a blue strip maybe. I think the yellow, it just kind of like stands out. It's really random.
It's like the yellow thing on the shoulder.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just like out of nowhere. I don't know where that came from. You got blue letters, blue on your patch, blue numbers on the shoulders, and then you just got a yellow stripe going down the side of your pants. I don't really get that.
All right, so I think what I'm kind of hearing here with everybody is the away jerseys are kind of a loser. Wait, somebody liked it, right?
I don't mind it.
Okay, all right.
But I think all in all, the Rams, they could have done better, especially if you ask Eric Dickerson.
Yes.
And me and him are pretty tight.
Now, did we talk to Jim Brown?
I don't know.
I guess we could ask D, huh?
Yeah. Any other thoughts on the Rams here, guys? We good? We ready to call them losers?
Okay, one last question on the Rams. So the home jerseys, they have the two different options. So you can do the blue tops with the blue pants, or you can do the blue tops with the yellow pants. Preferences?
Yellow pants.
Yeah, I like the yellow. I like the blue with the yellow. That's my preference.
I think I agree. I like the blue with the yellow.
Wow, that's a unanimous. I like the yellow too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
awesome. Blake, which one are we? So we're going to call these guys losers.
As we said,
Overall, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
what a bunch of losers.
I
put
feel
it
like
this
we
way.
nitpicked more than we actually said. Oh, I like that.
yeah, put it this way, especially compared to all the other new ones that have come out, they're down towards the bottom of the
I guess we'll compare him here with the second team, though, because I feel like this second team really dropped the ball. So the Falcons, man, I don't know who designed this, but not a huge fan of what the Falcons did, guys. I think they only have one uniform that's even serviceable.
Which one?
Yeah.
I'm looking for it. I don't see it.
Absolutely.
So I'm not gonna lie. I think the red that fades to black is kind of sweet. But that being said, I still can't get down with the ATL on the chest. To me, that's like, it seems like slang lingo. I just feel like that's not for a uniform. Maybe of all the best ones is the one that doesn't say ATL in the front, the throwback. And I don't mind the white with the red pants. And when I say I don't mind, I just mean it's better than all the other terrible ones.
Right, yeah, no, I think that, I don't know how everybody else feels. I'm not a fan of the red that goes into the black. I don't know.
Okay, I'm with you. So why do you say that?
I don't know, I just don't feel like it looks like a pro-style uniform.
Well, listen, I made that on NCAA, and it's cool.
Right, that's kind of what it looks like. It's kind of a college-themed uniform, I think, to kind of – they had to get the red. Red's a big thing in Atlanta, the red color with the black.
See,
So I think it was one of their ways.
Yeah,
of
my
trying to
thing
put
with
it
that
together.
is I think it was, I mean, it's definitely intended to look cool. No doubt about it. But, you know, you got these professional photographs of these jerseys. I need to see the thing on the field because, I mean, is it going to look like they're wearing their pants up to their chest?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm worried with this one.
Yep.
I will say, what my first thought when I first saw this, I was like, oh, that's, I want to say cool. And then I immediately went, no, I don't think it is.
You know what the black one, the one that Matt Ryan's wearing here, what is kind of reminds me of? Mean Machine.
Oh, yeah. Now, oh, man, I'll never unsee that.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, are they playing the guards week 1?
Yeah.
Like, that's what.
Definitely a good comparison there.
Yeah, I think it's pretty disappointing, especially like there was a lot of options for them. They could have went with the Dirty Bird, you know, old school uniforms. Even like the Dion uniforms. You have the all black. The all red helmets. There are so many options they could have done. I know, like they're trying to move forward also, but
I feel like they were gifted a sweet color palette too. I feel like you can do
the best color palette.
black and red
Yeah.
and white. I feel like you can do some sweet things with those colors, and they just gave us Mean Machine.
Right.
You know,
What do you guys think about the all white?
It's clean.
I think it's my favorite of all of those.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the ATL.
I think it
wish
looks
they
like
did.
under Long Johns. That's what I think when I see it.
I don't like the numbers, and I don't like the ATL. Not only do I not like the fact it says ATL, I don't like the font they use for ATL. I don't know.
All right, just not trying to spoil anything for the end of the show when we get to our team, but did the Browns not make this same mistake? Like, what was it, 5 years ago? I mean, stupid letter design, big obnoxious Cleveland on the front, and it did not go over well. That's why we changed again. And Atlanta's like, hey, let's do an obnoxious ATL and a weird number design.
Right.
It sounds kind of crazy, but I feel like the place, like, I like cool uniforms just as much as anybody, but I feel like, you know, if you're going to go flashy, I feel like that's college. I feel like your NFL uniforms, like your best ones, they're all just like real clean, classic looks.
Like this one right here. Just put it up on the screen.
Yes, the throwback one's probably my favorite one of their new ones, just because it's clean, classy, doesn't have the wonky numbers, and doesn't say ATL on it. That's a big thing for me.
Did you guys like Atlanta's previous
Yeah.
Yes,
uniforms?
I like
Yeah.
the red ones.
I thought they were one of the best in the league.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
Definitely didn't, out of all the teams that could have upgraded their uniforms, not on the top of the list.
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw that they came out. I was like, I didn't even know they were coming out with new uniforms until I saw the pictures. I'm like, is this a joke rendering, right?
Right.
Man,
Nope.
those old black Michael Vick ones.
Yes.
Yes, that's
what
what-
I mean. It's like
They were-
the Dirty
Yeah.
Bird uniform.
Yeah. But so, what do we think of the Falcons? What are you going to give the Falcons overall? Who's worse, Falcons or Rams?
I would.
LA.
I would say,
LA.
in my opinion, I'm going Falcons at the.
Oh my.
That's the thing. The Falcons have the better color palette, but they screwed it up.
Yes.
Big time.
It's hard for me to pick yellow as a winner over black and red, but
But you're going to do it.
yeah, I think so. I think I like the Rams more. I know Justin's over here singing, but
Yeah. I don't know. The Rams really.
he's
Really?
a huge Eric Dickerson fan, as you can tell.
Not at
Easily
all.
influenced.
Yeah. But yeah. Both of them, a lot of poor choices.
Okay, so far, if our listeners cannot feel the anguish as we go through the first two jerseys, I don't know. We must have not done a good job.
Right. Right.
And I feel like this is pot calling kettle black because we're orange and brown, but we weren't gifted cool colors, so we have an excuse.
Right. Yeah, and that gives us the opinion to have on the ones who have the cool colors.
Yeah. If you messed it up, we're coming at you.
Right.
All right. Well, hey, I think we can all agree, though, this next team maybe brighten our moods a little bit. I personally think these guys already had great jerseys, and they only made them even better. I'm thinking the Chargers killed it, guys.
Absolutely. I think they already had probably one of the best jerseys with the powder blue. And then these new ones are they're crazy. The white on white, is insane. So filthy. I don't know what the kids are saying these days. If it's drip, if it's swag, if it's, I don't know what it is. I'm 34. I'm getting older, but those new jerseys are crazy. The bolt on the pants.
Yes.
They're filthy. Those jerseys are crazy.
I read that Joey Bosa's favorite ones, the darkest ones, these all navy ones. And I'm not going to lie, those are my least favorite probably because I think this white on white or this powder blue on white.
Silly.
Makes me want to buy a Chargers jersey.
I don't know about
and
that.
And nobody wants to buy a Chargers jersey. They have 10 fans.
You don't want that Justin Herbert jersey?
No. So,
years on that.
Man, I think the numbers on the helmet look sweet. I love the bolt on the helmet, the outline in the blue. The powder blue is just classic. Reminds me of LT. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think they killed it.
Yeah, they definitely chose the right outline, too, for, like, all the numbers on the jerseys.
Yes.
You can tell, like, the number stands out. That's a big thing that when I'm looking at all the pictures, because I got kind of all of them pulled up here. I like the Navy. I think the Navy in a prime time type of a game on Monday Night Football or Thursday Night Football, Sunday night, is really going to stand out and be different. They just got so many different options that they can do.
Yep.
I mean, they got, almost 4 different varieties of colors that they can put together.
I think they killed it.
They needed a number design change.
Yes,
The numbers on the
what I was
last.
gonna say.
They were just not good.
Did the Chargers not get this one right though? Like I feel like all these teams that are making new jerseys, they're trying to go like real crazy with the font on their numbers and their letters, and they just kept it classic.
Yep.
Just a classic number, and it looks so much better than having alarm clock numbers on your jerseys.
Yeah, we'll get to that here later on. But and the other thing, kind of like how Josh, you said about the Rams, how they had the horn on the side of the helmet, and then it went with the one jerseys. Here, you got the Thunderbolt, the same on every single jersey. It's not like they've
Yeah, and I actually
variety.
I saw a thing in an article that said that on the last jerseys, and I never noticed this, but the bolt on the shoulder went the opposite direction than the bolt on the helmet. Why would you do that?
Yeah, I think I saw probably the same thing you saw. No, I didn't notice it or whatnot, but then after you noticed it, I'm like, why?
Your wife did.
Right. Right.
Yeah. I think. What do you guys think of these? The navy on with the yellow letters. Which one do you guys like more? The navy with the yellow or the all dark blue with the white?
I mean, they're all good.
I think that
every one of them are good.
I think that dark blue bolt on the white helmet with the yellow outline pops. I think that looks sweet.
Now, hang on. You said the dark blue. There's dark blue and then there's like midnight blue.
Yeah, the midnight. The midnight is.
Yeah, the midnight. I think I like over the dark blue.
Yeah, the dark blue almost looks like the Rams blue, a little darker, but similar. So before we kind of wrap up on their jerseys, though, they did change their logo. I want to throw that up on the screen for everybody. So what do you guys think about the new logo?
I think it's cool. I like the A, the little lightning bolt at the bottom.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I think it's good.
It's clean. It's clean, but it's like it's got that nice modern look to it. I think it's really, really slick.
I think there's a trend you'll see with the people who did it well is they kept it classy for you Office fans out there. They kept it classy. Like they didn't try to get real crazy. It's just simple, straightforward, but classy.
Yeah, definitely a team starting a new era. Phillip Rivers, old man Rivers gone. Okay, kind of bringing in, new quarterback. Not sure if it's going to be Herbert, Tyrod to start it off, but definitely a new start. And
Phillip took all 10 of their fans to Indy.
Right.
His kids.
I'll tell you what, Tyrod's got to be having deja vu.
Yeah.
Right? Like, hey, I might get to start the season.
Here's the thing.
Not going to stay, though.
I think he's got a chance to start, though, because,
got to develop.
Yeah, how good's Justin Herbert? I guess we'll see. But I think Tyrod has a chance. I like Tyrod. I thought he handled his time in Cleveland well. So
I think he's a good guy. He's a good locker room quarterback. He's a good quarterback. Period. I
agree.
Yeah, great professional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, hey, my mood's a little bit higher now because we got to talk about some good jerseys. So let's keep this trend going. I think we're going to talk about the Colts. What do you guys think? I personally think they didn't do a lot, but I think what they did just kept it updated, kept it nice, kept it sharp, and I like what they did.
Yeah, you got to look to see what they changed because it wasn't much. And it's a good thing, like you said, Blake. They had good classic traditional uniforms. They don't go too crazy with it. So they tweaked those numbers. They changed the block C. They put the state shape in there, which I think that's kind of neat.
It's awesome.
It's my favorite thing that they did. That is such a cool throwback.
The Colts word mark on the front of the helmet, you know how it used to be like kind of tall and thin letters, and now they really stretched them out, not stretched them out, but made them more, it's more readable.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think this blue, this Nike swoosh with this the blue jersey with the white Nike swoosh, I think that pops. I think it's really sweet looking. I just like the Colts uniform, man. Kind of reminds me, like, I'm a big Ohio State fan, but I like Penn State jerseys. And kind of reminds me, it's the real simple, clean Penn State jerseys. I like this blue. I think the white pops on it. I think they did well.
Blake's a fan of the blue, if nobody's noticed yet.
Yeah.
I know I talked about the numbers there for a second. I'm gonna hold off 100% on if I like those or not until I see them on the field, because I like how it looks Colty. If that's a good word for it. I don't know.
I know what you mean by that.
You know what I mean? Like horseshoe-ish, I guess.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, all I've seen so far are the numbers 2 and 3. I don't know what 9 looks like, or you know.
Right.
So,
Man, the state and the C though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If you're in Indiana, like if you live in Indiana, man, like that is.
Yeah, I don't know how maybe Indiana people aren't as high up on Indiana as I am up on the land, but
Yes.
you know, when we do call outs like that for the Browns and the Cavs and the Indians, just, you know, I swell up with pride.
Oh, the land jerseys, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I feel like if they got a lot of state pride, I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Super classy ad. I thought that was really, really nice. Real nice.
Oh, that's good. So now we've got another organization that did it right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Didn't have to do
Definitely
a lot.
a winner.
Exactly.
But kept it simple. Kept it super simple.
I think we're noticing a trend too, like people who like teams that perform well on the field also can make a uniform, and then you got like the Rams, who historically have been awful until the last 2 years, and the Falcons, who can go to a Super
not that
Bowl.
long ago. Yeah.
And then they win like one game the last 3 years. But yeah, so I guess it's a top to bottom thing. So moving on to the Bucks, you know, obviously they had a decent pickup at quarterback this offseason, and then they picked up a decent tight end. So, you know, they're starting a new era. They had to move on from the old, in with the new. I think they did a nice job. I think the all white, I think, is definitely the sweetest. But what do you guys think?
Definitely think they had to do something. I think they were, if you asked and you polled a bunch of the fans in the NFL of who needed a new jersey or needed to make a change, I bet they're at least in the top 5 of almost everybody's list.
Yeah, those uniforms were bad. Just so bad. I mean, it's the only reason the Browns didn't have the worst ones is because the Bucks went ahead and beat us on that.
Right.
It was terrible.
The letter or the numbers,
You couldn't-
on the whole uniform.
Couldn't tell what they were. Oh, it was bad.
Man.
So bad.
But I think this all white look. I know a lot of people are high on the pewter, like their color rush, but I think that all white.
Yep.
I think
Sharp.
the pewter's cool. I mean, I like them all. That's the thing. Like, then another thing, like maybe you guys just said it and I wasn't listening because that happens, but back to traditional, not crazy, which is what they did before. The white, what I really like about the white is that little orange inline
Yes.
on the numbers.
Yes. Kind of goes unhidden until you notice it, but yeah, definitely know what you're talking
Now
about.
you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
You know what this reminds? This reminds me of Super Bowl Buccaneers. Reminds me
Absolutely.
of
Yes,
Spider
exactly.
2 Y banana.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Absolutely.
That's what I'm thinking about when I see these jerseys. So
Super Bowl.
That's another
New
team.
quarterback.
yeah.
Super Bowl's in Tampa Bay.
There you go.
And can we just talk for a second, like how good Tampa Bay might be?
Yeah.
I know this, but like
Scary what they could be.
Or
Think
how
about-
good everybody else is in their division. They should think about that too. Also.
Yeah, we get Tom Brady and Drew Brees in
Brees.
the opener.
Yeah.
Week 1.
absolutely.
I love football.
Yeah, that's going to be insane. Yes, the Bucks are going to be. They're going to be all right.
I mean, if Jameis Winston just throws like 28 interceptions, who knows how many games they win?
Right.
Instead of 30.
Did you guys want the creamsicles? Did anybody want the old school
See,
creamsicles?
I don't like the creamsicles that much. I think I like what they did.
I think this is another team for me that's got a great color palette.
Yeah.
And
newer palette.
thank you so much, Tampa Bay, for not screwing it up. They looked
Yes.
over there, and I don't know if they saw Atlanta come out first and said,
Right.
Right.
you guys just ruined yourselves. But no, Tampa Bay did a great job.
Yep.
They look good.
Yep.
So, Justin, are you a fan of the?
I like the logo. I love the pirate with the sword in the mouth. I like the old school look of it.
All the old creamsicles, you mean?
The creamsicles,
Yeah.
yes. But I like what they did. Everything went darker. Their logo went darker. I mean, I think it was good, especially considering who knows what happens the next couple of years. It's a nice start to things.
I think we're noticing a trend. Keep it simple.
Yeah, and go get yourself a
Yeah.
Hall of
Best of-
Fame
best
GOAT
of all time.
quarterback. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Keep it simple and don't be afraid to go back to what worked 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
It
Don't
looked
be
good
afraid
back
to pick
then.
up Tom Brady. Hey, speaking of Tom Brady, his old team got some new uniforms. I don't think Josh is a huge fan. Patriots rolled in some new uniforms, and in my opinion, I don't really notice much of a difference. They're just their old Color Rush uniforms, but hey, I'm just a guy hosting a podcast.
I never liked the Color Rush uniforms to begin with. I know people probably think I'm crazy. I kind of have a thing for the Patriots.
No, man, I'm with you. I like winning. I like greatness.
They've been a lot of fun to watch. That's why I'm excited for Tom Brady to start a new chapter, because now I can watch him do something that he hasn't done before on a different team. But anyway, I always liked the Patriots uniforms to begin with. I am a big fan of their helmets. I love that silver. So obviously that didn't change, but the more I look at them, it's not terrible. I'm just not a fan of the way they changed those stripes on the shoulder pads, though.
Yes.
Kind of reminds me of what the Browns did with their stripes. It was like, probably shouldn't have done it.
I agree. We were talking about this before we came on. I would have liked to seen if they went with a red jersey, like a red throwback, something.
Absolutely.
I kind of like their old red throwbacks. I don't like their color blue that much. I know that's crazy because obviously I like.
Whoa. There's a shade of blue you don't like. We got to find out what that color is, guys.
I don't. What you just did. It's the Patriots' new blue uniforms. I don't know. I think their uniforms. We've been saying this whole time. Keep it simple, but I don't know. I guess it's just kind of bland. I don't see. Nothing pops off the screen to me when I'm looking at these.
They had to do something. I mean, they absolutely had to do something.
You think so? Just because they lost Tom, they had to change it up?
I like me and Zach also were talking earlier, like you were saying with the red jersey, but what about like Pat the Patriot, like on the, helmet with the, getting ready to hike the ball. I love that. I don't know if it's just because I like the old school looks, like bring them back, but
I will say this, though. They stay true to character. What's one thing with the Patriots? They're not flashy.
Yeah.
They don't do anything flashy.
Nope, they just win.
Yep. It's just they don't really care. I would assume if they didn't have to have uniforms, Bill Belichick wouldn't have them have uniforms. They just wear like T-shirts and shorts out there and hit
cut off
people.
hoodies.
Yeah.
Cut off hoodies. That's our coach.
Absolutely.
That's kind of what this jersey is. Yeah. It's just kind of plain.
So I mean,
I guess it's kind of like the Penn State thing, Blake, right? I mean,
Yeah.
simple jerseys. They don't care about the jersey. They just want to play football. They want to win.
yeah, they probably asked Bill Belichick, "Hey, what do you think of these mock-ups of these new jerseys?" And then he said words that we're not allowed to say on this podcast, and drew up a new genius.
Probably said,
defense.
"What's a mock-up?"
We're moving on to Miami.
Yeah, we're on to Cincinnati.
We're moving on.
So yeah, I mean,
Not a winner, not a loser.
no,
Oh, yeah.
I'm indifferent. To me, they're like meh, and
Lateral move, then, right?
Yes.
but that's just what the Patriots do. You watch a Patriots football game, and you're like, oh man, they didn't do anything. And you
Yeah.
look at the scoreboard, and they won by 2 touchdowns.
Well, I've never watched their game and been like, man,
I wish they
their
had.
jerseys. What are they doing? Oh man, hey, that guy's about to get another ring. Oh. How old is he? Ugh.
Man, well, so I guess they didn't drop the ball, but they didn't kill it either. So that's our wrap up of all the other teams' jerseys. Some winners, some losers. I'd like to talk about.
Time out.
Oh, how long ago did that happen? All right, so moving on to everybody's favorite team to love and hate, the Browns. Unfortunately, we're brown and orange, so we did what we could. But I'm interested to see what you guys think of these new old uniforms.
Back to the glory days. They just took it
Glory days.
way back, about 20 years before I was born. I like it. I mean, I feel like it's, it's not flashy. It's not like something that, like some of the other teams did. It's not like an LA Chargers move, but I mean,
I think the Browns did exactly what I want teams to do. They kept it simple, straightforward, classy. I like our numbers. I just think like you can only do so much with white, brown, and orange, and so I can't fault design teams. I like these way more than I like what the uniforms were the last few years. I like the throwback. I remember I was seeing pictures of old Josh Gordon. But I saw like old pictures of Josh Gordon in his old jersey. I was like, man, I kind of wish we'd go back to that. And then they came out with these, so I can't complain about this.
Yeah, this is definitely a throwback straight to what we had before we made that big mistake before. Mm-hmm. The numbers. I really like how they mixed a little bit of modern roundedness in there with the block. Now, again, I only get to see 2 and 0, but I'm thinking they probably look pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely a step in the direction they needed to go.
I do hope they're a little bit more form-fitting. I don't know. I guess I'm not trying to say like I want to see them out there all tight, but I feel like the baggier a uniform is, it just kind of reminds me of like 1940s football, So I kind of want to see
with our 1970s color scheme.
Yeah, yeah. So, but what do you guys think of this new color rush?
I liked our color rush from last year.
Really,
the fact that they got rid of the stripe on the shoulder it just looks terrible. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I thought that stripe looked nice.
I feel like they took the stripe off just because they felt like they had to change it.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't even notice that there's a difference until he said that there's no stripe. And I was like, oh, yeah, there is no stripe on their pants.
Yeah. Definitely a big noticeable thing with the color rush. Favorite one by far, for me, is the all white.
Yeah, I agree completely.
I like the white on the brown. I think the white and the brown complement each other well. I was doing some research before this, and I was looking up some NFL rules, and I saw that you can have an alternate uniform that's any color. With that in mind, what would you guys think if the Browns had like a blackout, kind of like in Ohio State, all black, orange popping off of it, even a black helmet? I know a lot of Browns fans are all about the classic orange, but I think an all black uniform would be sick for the Browns.
I am one of those people. I like the orange helmet, but I don't know. It's one of those things where I'd have to see what they would do with it and how it would look, because I mean the color rush uniform is pretty close to all black.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know how that's going to look on the field,
except for brown.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like if you got stuck with orange and brown as your colors and the NFL gave you an out and you could pick a jersey with any color, why you wouldn't go, I don't know, a little bit crazy and mix it up a little bit. But, I will say with Browns, they're kind of like, one of the older franchises, AFC North. They're kind of a traditional franchise. So sticking with the brown, white, and orange, you're not going to lose a lot of people. I guess if you went with an all black, there might be some people protesting at First Energy.
And the all black, I think, the all black would look cool, kind of like how we talked about Ohio State has their blackout uniforms, and that's like one of the favorites of every Buckeye fan. Mm-hmm. With the Bengals being in Ohio, I don't know how the all black would go over.
The who? The who?
Who day?
Ohio has another franchise?
Yeah, they got a new quarterback now.
Yeah. I don't respect them.
So, I mean, okay, so they completely wiped Cleveland off the front of that jersey. Didn't add Browns, didn't add anything. I mean, there's the NFL emblem, and then it's the numbers, and then there's nothing to identify Cleveland or Browns or anything. What do you guys think about that?
This is kind of what I was talking about with the Rams earlier. I think on like this white jersey, if you put maybe a brown patch, so it said Browns and white, or on the Browns one or the brown jersey, put maybe a white patch and it said Browns and brown. I don't know. I'd like to see Cleveland somewhere on there. Like we were talking about the Colts. I love Ohio. I'm all about my home team. I just like seeing Cleveland or Browns or something somewhere on the uniform.
Yeah, I definitely think looking at them, there was a place that they could have definitely done it. And it is one of those things that's missing, like Blake said.
I mean, I think they just tried to keep it simple. They just tried to we were just dogging teams earlier for,
Right.
we're doing too much, and then now
We're a little
now
biased.
we're going saying, oh, hey, maybe we should have done it. I mean, the problem with the Browns is like they could put out just about anything, and I'm going to go buy that jersey. There's probably going to be 2 years, and then that player either isn't going to be playing, or
that is the track history.
The sad truth.
How much is this like the flashiness of our roster and the players that we have that our jerseys are a contrast? Like, with your outlandish kind of some of the players we have on the roster right now.
Yeah.
And then now we got this super simple kind of like, hey, we got these flashy players, but we're a simple team.
Maybe we'll
So,
keep our heads down a little bit, quit reading our own newspaper clippings, and actually win some games.
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem before they switched to the last uniforms, we had the identity, we had the tradition, we just didn't have the players. We didn't have the people in the front office to put anything together. And now, we do have the players, or at least we do on paper. And now we're back to the identity, back to the tradition of the uniforms and the look and feel of the team. So I don't know. We always say there's always next year. We always get pumped before the coming year. So
hey, this
2016.
Right now, this is where I'm at my highest when it comes to the Browns. Post draft,
yeah, it's all downhill for me.
Yeah, right now we're winning the Super Bowl.
Right.
Every year.
Ask me again about like 5 minutes after that first game against the Ravens. I'll let you know how I feel. Yeah, I think the Browns did all right, man. I can't complain about what we did.
Yeah, definitely out of all the new ones, one of my favorites. And I know we're biased because that's our team, but
I agree.
Yeah. I was say the one thing that I was really hoping they were going to have an orange pant option.
Oh, for sure.
The last uniforms we had, I really liked it when they wore the white jerseys, for away, and had the orange pants. I don't know if it was because they matched the helmet or if it's because they matched the orange numbers on the jersey. Because now they got the brown numbers, so I don't know.
I was one of the few people I liked when we went all orange.
Yeah,
I thought it was sweet looking. Zach's modeling an all orange jersey for today, looking trim.
Those were my favorite ones. Yeah. I thought those ones were great.
I like the all orange. So, I'm gonna ride or die no matter what. So
it just kind of sucks whenever your colors are brown and orange, and you just focus on the brown.
yes,
I know it's your name, but man,
no. Maybe, throw back to the old times. We got talent. We got a coach who's going to run fullback out there 75% of the time. So
we got 2 running backs.
Yeah.
Stefanski has to be just itching to get out there and put those guys through the offensive line, man.
Yeah, I think that he's going to do great things in Cleveland, but look at the roster he inherits.
Freddie Kitchens inherited that roster too.
Right, we saw somebody be unsuccessful with it, and it's hard to see if it's going to happen twice.
Unsuccessful is
not right. Not
the
right
understatement of the century. I don't even want to talk about it. We're talking about jerseys today.
Yeah, we have plenty of episodes to get into all that.
Man,
going back to the helmets, how do you guys feel about going white face mask? Because I've always thought I'd love to see that Bernie Kosar white face mask. I know Blake was looking at pictures. We found one with Tim Couch. And we're like, hey, it looks great. I know they've been throwing the idea around a few years, and every time they do this, I'm like, ooh, hey, maybe we're going to do it now, but not out there yet. So I don't know if you guys.
I think the white face mask would be sweet. I think anytime you get a chance to sprinkle in some color, whenever your main color's brown, I think you should take it. I think the white face mask would look sweet. I think it complements the white stripe in the helmet really well, especially since we changed up our orange a little bit and it's a little bit bolder. So I think the white would really pop in contrast to it. So I would have liked to have seen that. I 100% agree.
I could go either. I don't hate the brown face masks.
Right.
What they had before, it was gray though, right? It wasn't white.
Yeah, we had
it was an off,
like a light gray.
Yeah.
Couch was white, and then I saw Derek Anderson had a grayish, off whitish, and now we're on the brown.
Well, by all means, we need to go back to what DA was wearing because we actually won some games that year.
I think we're just trying to distance ourselves as far as we can from Kellen Winslow.
And maybe Braylon.
Yeah. I don't like to talk about him.
Guys, come on now.
All right, yeah, we're not going to wrap this thing up on a bad note.
Right.
But well, any other thoughts on any of these jerseys? If you had to pick a favorite jersey, I know we're biased to the Browns. Try to put your bias to the sides. Of all these new jerseys, which one's your guys' favorite? What team?
I mean, I'm probably going Chargers just because of the
Absolutely.
variety
White,
and everything.
Yeah, that Chargers white on white is just.
I'm probably going Chargers too.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you can't knock that. That jersey is crazy.
That lightning bolt on the helmet and the numbers, I like it a lot.
Yeah, bolt on the pants. They nailed it.
I'm going to go Bucks.
Really? Tom Brady homer over.
Right.
Oh, I showed my hand earlier. That's right. I don't know. It's the red, the pewter. I like those colors, and the fact that what they had before was so god awful.
Yes.
I look at the Bucks and I'm like, yes, thank you for doing what you need to do. You guys look great. You got the GOAT.
Got weapons for the GOAT.
Oh man, I tell you what, if they flop, it'll be worse than when the Browns did.
Oh,
Yes.
last year.
absolutely.
Yeah, and the media hype's going to be crazy on them. I don't envy that. I'm kind of happy the Browns are flying under the radar.
For now.
But, all right, so we're Chargers, Brady, Homer, Buccaneers. Well, I think we're good then, right?
Yeah, I think that's a wrap for episode 1.
All right.
So I think we might have had a little bit of technical difficulties halfway through here with the video. But hey, you know what? We tried it. We figured why not start this podcast off right and try to do video as well. So we'll do this. This will be on Apple, Google, Spotify, anywhere you guys get podcasts. You're going to find the dogs, and it's going to be on YouTube.
And don't forget to check us out on Facebook, the Dogs Podcast. I'm constantly putting out everything Cleveland Browns on there, our schedule, uniforms, anything we're going to be talking about in upcoming episodes. I post things on there. Really love for this kind of turn into a fan interaction thing, you know. Love comment on there. I get enough feedback, I can start talking about stuff off the page. Share that with your friends. I think this could be fun for us and fun for everybody listening.
Yeah, please. So yeah, comment on the posts, send us messages. I mean, we are all Browns fans. We all have opinions on this team.
That's
so when we're going to talk about it. So if you want us to talk about your opinion on this show, tell it to us.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if you guys are like me, but I live, breathe, and die Browns. And when they have a good game, all I want to talk about is the Browns. And when they have a bad game, all I want to yell about is the Browns. And
Amen.
And my fiance, the game's done, is, okay, it's time to go mow the yard. No, I want to talk about the Browns. Right. So I'm hoping to be everybody's outlet, you know. You turn on ESPN, they're almost never talking about the Browns, no matter what, unless it's bad. So join us here on the Dogs. Join us on Facebook. Tell us what you're thinking. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll have you on. I think, it's a show by fans. We're not experts, fans for fans. And I really appreciate everybody checking out the first episode.